Hello and welcome to High Five Fitness. I'm Denet, the host and producer. We're on episode 20, excuse me, 21, and we have GoTeamMo back. We had them on episode 2 about 2 years ago. So welcome back to the show, Mona.
Thank you so much, Denet.
How have you been?
We've been awesome. You know, since the show, it's just grown and definitely keeping the energy up, creating new fitness goals, and so it's been great.
I heard you got married along the way there.
I sure
so
did.
Congratulations on that.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I actually did get married last year in November to, this beautiful, handsome man right here. So it's been great.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
Were you working out during your honeymoon?
You know what, we did. Luckily, our resort did have a full-on gym. We did 2-3 mile runs there in Cabo, so it was a beautiful thing.
Great.
Thank you.
That's awesome. I love your energy and motivation. I expected that out of you.
Thank you.
So how's things going with your team?
The team is doing great. GoTeamMo. You know, we actually just completed a full marathon in San Diego last year, ran a couple halves, getting ready for Tough Mudder.
Yeah.
So we're definitely out there doing things, you know, outside of the walls of the studio. We're getting out there and accomplishing some awesome fitness goals.
That is awesome.
Thank you.
Tell me what makes you guys a little different.
You know, what makes GoTeamMo different, I will say that everyone that I brought here with me today has been with me either 2, 4, 6 years. So where there's definitely a great standing as far as a more community and family-like environment. It's competitive, but it's competitive with self, you know.
I think it's competitive with very high energy levels.
Absolutely.
Is that right?
Well, you know, you got to just keep it fun. When things become very redundant and it seems like it's just so much work that it's not fun anymore, people are less likely to stick with it.
So can you show our viewers some of your secrets on how you keep it fun?
Well, you know what? Thank you, Denet. I actually wanted to do a special exercise today, all focused on plated weight exercises.
And I believe you were kind of bored on your honeymoon. You picked up some plates when you drove by a yard sale?
You know what? Yeah, yard sale in Cabo.
You saw some plates and just picked them up and said, this is great.
This is great. I mean, you know, what inspired me was that people think that fitness has to be expensive.
Yeah.
When sometimes if you find a creative way to make it fun and efficient, again, you know, it's keeping it fun, it's keeping it fresh, but keeping it simple.
And by plates, you simply mean just having plates that you picked up.
Weighted plates.
Weighted plates that you pick up.
Literally plates that I just picked up.
Great.
Yeah.
Well, could we go ahead and get started?
Absolutely. I'd
and
love
welcome
to.
again.
Thank
I
you
look forward
so much.
to this.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So what I'd like to do is, first off, we're going to show different types of exercises, specifically squats, that you can do using a plated weights. I have Jen here who's going to demonstrate a goblet squat. She's going to start with her feet shoulder width apart, and she's going to hold the plate at 3 and 9 o'clock. As she's doing her squat, she's keeping her chest up, chin up, putting all the weight on her heels. Thank you, Jen. Okay. Next up, I have Ron. What Ron's going to do is he's going to do a goblet squat with a press, also feet shoulder width apart, and he's going to extend into a shoulder press, making sure to keep his core tight, weight on his heels, always pushing off his heels, exhaling as he extends into a press. Thank you. Next, I have Junelle. And what Junelle's going to do is going to be called a turtle squat. And the reason why we call it a turtle, it's like a turtle shell. So she's going to hold it on her with one hand over her back, and the other hand's going to stay free. She's going to have her feet shoulder width apart, pointing her toes out, keep her chin up, and she's going to go ahead and squat deep, making sure to place all the weight on her heels while touching her hand on the ground. Okay? I'm going to have her do a side profile so our viewers at home can see. And again, she's going to keep her chin up, weight on her heels, squat down, touching the ground, and by having the weight on her back, it forces her to use and engage her glutes. Okay? Perfect. I'm also going to show various exercises that can be done with a plate, and we're going to do lunges. Okay? Sorry about that. So let's go ahead and grab your 2 10-pounds. Denet, can I get 2 10-pound plates, please? Okay, perfect. So what Jen is going to do, she's going to do alternating lunges using 10-pound plates. She's going to start in a reverse lunge and take it into a front lunge. And by doing this, she's engaging her hamstrings, her core, as well as her quads. Now, she wants to make sure that in any lunge that you do, is you don't want your front knee to go past your toe. You want to put all the weight in your heel, just so. Thank you. What Ron's going to do is he's going to do an alternating lunge with holding his plate above head. What this does by holding the plate overhead, it forces him to engage his core as well as isolation of his shoulders. Perfect. Thank you, Ron. Next up, I'm going to have Janelle. And what Janelle's going to do, she's going to do an alternating front lunge with a rotational twist. So taking that lunge, twisting to the right, alternating legs. She's going to lunge to the left, twist to the left, and what it's doing, it's engaging her obliques. Perfect. Thank you, guys. Now, I'm going to have Vince and Dana demonstrate curtsies.
Sure.
And these curtsies is going to engage the side of your quads nearby your glute area. What Vince is doing, he's holding two 45-pound plates, making sure that his feet are shoulder width apart, core tight, chest up, shoulders back. Now with Vince, he's going to swing that right leg over, pushing off, making sure that his sedentary leg, which is his left foot, keeps his heel planted on the ground, okay? What Dana's gonna do, she's gonna do a curtsy with a press. So with Dana, she's gonna start also with her feet shoulder width apart. She's gonna swing that right leg back, bringing that knee as close as she can towards the ground, while as she extends, stands up, she's gonna press, keeping the core tight. So we're using both the legs and the shoulders, okay? Let's see that again, guys. Just so, okay? As they're doing this, after they've done a couple of reps, then they could switch to opposite sides. Okay? Now what Vince is going to demonstrate are going to be deadlifts with using two 45-pound plates. Again, starting with his feet shoulder width apart, core tight, he wants to keep his knees soft. You never want to lock your knees and overextend and hurt yourself in your hamstring. As he leans forward, he's keeping the plates close to his body, and right when he feels that stretch in his hamstrings and glute area, he's going to pop it up while still keeping the back neutral, keeping the chest up and shoulders back, okay? I'd like for Vince to do a side profile so our audience at home can see, okay? As he leans forward, he's keeping the plate close to his legs, and he's gonna feel that pull right in his hamstrings and glutes, and then pop it up. Thank you, Vince. What Dana's gonna demonstrate, she's gonna do a single-legged deadlift, and this takes a little bit more of core strength, so this is more of an advancement, okay? What Dana's gonna do, she's gonna hold her plate with two hands on the handle, and she's gonna lean forward while the free leg comes up, and she almost looks like a T, okay? Again, just as with what Vince was doing, you wanna keep a soft knee and never lock the knee, okay? For our audience at home, I'm gonna have Dana demonstrate a side profile. Perfect, all right? Thank you, guys. Next up, I have Maravik and Orlando. And what's very special about these guys is they were my very, very first clients 6 years ago. And they also represent for our 40-plus crew. And when I say 40-plus, I'm talking about mid-40s. I won't say specifically, but don't they look great, Denet? So what Maravik is going to demonstrate is going to be shoulder presses with two 5-pound plates. She's going to start with her palms face forward, with her elbows parallel to her shoulder, and she's going to extend up, connecting the plates at the top, just so. Inhale, she comes down. Exhale as she connects, keeping the core tight with her plates right above her head. Perfect. Thank you, Maravik. What Orlando's going to demonstrate a shoulder press using a 45-pound plate. Now, this is a little bit tricky because the plate is a little bit wider, so he has to be mindful to bring his head back just a little bit so he doesn't hit his chin with the plate, okay? Again, your breathing always wants to be in sync with your motion, so with what Orlando's doing, when he brings it down underneath his chin, he exhales as he extends, okay? I'd love to see that again, guys. If I could just get that. Let's try it again. Shoulder press. Perfect. Good. Next up, thank you. Next up, what Maravik is going to do, she's going to do an overhead fly, okay? Similar to what a chest press fly looks like, she's going to hold her plates, palms spaced out, elbows are soft, okay? Now she's going to connect above the head, up, and what she's doing is she's working her biceps and her shoulders. Keep going. And she's going to connect above the head, just like so, keeping her core tight, always keeping the chin up, okay? Thank you. Now what Orlando's gonna do, he's gonna do a different variation of the shoulder press that he just did, but he's gonna keep the plate above the head, and what that does, it forces him to engage his core the entire time and isolates his shoulder muscles. Perfect. Thank you, guys.
All right. So what's your favorite one of those exercises?
You know what? My favorite one of these ones would probably be the lunges.
The lunges?
Yep, the lunges. I obviously would use lighter dumbbells. I mean, a lighter
Heavier
plate.
for you.
Well, because I'm shorter, 45, if I were to lunge forward,
Yeah.
it would hit the ground.
Okay. So, and how many times a week do you have most of your clients come in?
My clients come in between 3 to 4 times a week, and we do weekend runs on Saturdays.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that first group you were showing off some lower body exercises.
Lower body and a little bit of upper.
Okay. And now we have a different group here. So what's this group going to be focusing on?
So this group is going to focus, again, on a little bit more upper body, as
Yeah.
well as core and some dynamic and explosive moves using a plated weight.
All right. Well, let's see it.
Perfect. All right, now I got a new group of folks. I have Shawnee, and what Shawnee is going to demonstrate is going to be an upright row using a 25-pound plate. She's going to stand with her feet shoulder width apart, core tight, hands fully extended in front of her. Okay? She's going to pull her plate up, and she's leading with her elbows, making sure to keep the core tight and without hunching forward. By doing this, what we're working is going to be her rear delts as well as her traps. And if those of you that don't know what the traps are, it's this muscle right here on the neck that kind of completes the shoulder, a full, strong shoulder. Okay, thank you. What Brian is going to do, he's going to do upright rows as well, but this time he's going to be using 2 25-pound plates. As you see, he keeps the plate close to his body, really keeping his core tight, stabilizing his foundation by keeping his feet shoulder width apart, weight on his heels. Okay, perfect, good. If I could see that again together, guys. Good job. All right. Next up, I'm going to have Shawnee demonstrate a bicep curl. Okay. With her bicep curl, she's going to be using her 25-pound plate, and she's going to rest the plate between the palms of her hands and her forearms. Okay. When she's doing this here, she's going to still keep her feet shoulder width apart, weight on her heels. Okay. She's going to curl up, bring it up towards her chest, allowing to work the muscles. And this range of motion here is almost like a close grip bicep curl, okay? So you definitely want to keep your elbows close to your body, focusing on the biceps, all right? Now what Brian is going to do an overhead tricep extension. Now the positioning of the feet is important here so he doesn't feel a strain on his back. What he's going to do is he's going to have one foot in front of the other, weight on his heels, leaning forward. As you see, the way that Brian is holding the plate, he's holding it from one part of the handle, and he's going to bring it all the way behind his head, full extension, keeping the elbow close to his head, and really working that tricep right there. Okay, if I could see it again, guys, keep on going. Perfect, so we're doing a bicep, full extension, good. Don't forget to breathe. You always want to exhale as you extend. Perfect, thank you guys. Very good. Next up, I have Annie and Ronnie. Okay, what Annie's going to demonstrate, they're both going to demonstrate shoulder exercises as well. And what Annie's going to demonstrate are going to be front raises with 2 10-pound plates. Positioning of her feet is going to be shoulder width apart, always weight on the heel, keeping her knees soft. Okay, she's going to do front raises, keeping her arms straight, raising her arms up parallel to her shoulders, always keeping her chin up and her core tight, just like so. Perfect. Thanks, Annie. Now what Ronnie's going to do, he's going to do a front raise using a 45-pound plate. Same feet position, feet shoulder width apart, weight on his heels, as well as raising the plate so it's parallel to the shoulder, always keeping the chin up, core tight, and don't forget to breathe. If I could just see this exercise again, guys, with your front raises, please. Perfect. Keep your chin up, core tight. Nice. Next, what I'm going to have, thank you. Next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have Annie do a different variation of both a side raise and a front raise alternating, okay? Position just the same, feet shoulder width apart. Perfect, that's okay. You're going to go front raise while you're doing a side raise, and then again. Perfect. Notice she keeps her chin up, her core tight. You probably can't tell. But when you do it, you always want to keep your chin up, and the reason being is when you're holding heavier weight, if you bring your chin down, you might overcompensate and hurt your neck. So that's why I always emphasize keeping your chin up. Perfect. Thank you. Next up, I'm going to have Ronnie, and what he's going to do is he's going to demonstrate side raises with 2 25-pound plates. Now I will say that when doing this, This is definitely a more advanced version, okay? And it definitely works your forearms just a little bit more, okay? So you want to keep he's starting with your palms. There you go, perfect, just like that. So what he's doing is working the sides of his shoulders, okay? So I'd love for you guys to go ahead and do it together, okay? So you have Annie doing her front and side raises, and then you have Ronnie doing his side raises. Great job, guys. Thank you.
Oh, now let's ask Annie a couple questions here.
Oh, thank you.
How far pregnant are you?
I'm 36 weeks. I'll be 36 weeks on Tuesday.
And have you been exercising the whole time?
My first trimester, I was pretty sick, but
Yeah.
second and third trimester, I've been working out pretty consistently, yes.
How many days a week are you going?
2, and I try to walk, a few other days.
That's awesome. How is it exercising when you're pregnant?
Well, my endurance is not as high, and it
Yeah.
kind of feels like when we wear like a weight vest. Have you ever worked out with a
I
weight
have.
vest? So you feel like you just have that extra weight.
Except you're with it all the time.
Yeah. But the nice thing is there's a lot of fatigue when you're pregnant, so
Yeah.
it kind of combats the fatigue when you work out. It gives me a little energy boost.
Now, have you checked, is it a boy or a girl?
It's going to be a boy.
Oh,
Yes.
well, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
That's awesome.
Yay.
And I take it you'll be working out shortly after, too.
As soon as I get cleared from my doctor, I'll be back in the gym.
I love that motivation. Good luck to you.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And for our viewers, do consult with your doctor if you're pregnant before working out.
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
All right.
I need
I'm gonna keep you here.
5s.
Let's see. Janet, can we get 2 5s, please?
Sure.
While Annie's here, I'm going to go ahead and have her demonstrate another exercise. Thank you very much. Now, what Annie's going to demonstrate is going to be punches that you can do while holding 2 5-pound plates. So as you see, she's getting her punch on. She could do anything from pivoting the side of her hips, rotating, pivoting on the balls of her feet, or she can go ahead and punch upwards just like that. Now, this is definitely more of a low impact type of cardio exercise with weights for some of our beginner levels or people who shouldn't be lifting as heavy of weights. Thank you, Annie. And what Chris is going to do, Chris is going to be doing a swing with a 25-pound plate. Now, when I say swing, I'm referring to similar to the exercise of a kettlebell, okay? But we're using a 25-pound plate. He's standing with his feet shoulder width apart, keeping his core tight, chin up. He's gonna smile. There you go, perfect, just like that. And when he swings his arms up, he's keeping it parallel to his shoulders while keeping his core tight, never going on his toes and putting all the weight on his heels. Thank you. Perfect. Thank you, Chris. Next, I have Marianne. What Marianne's going to do, again, these next few exercises I'm about to have my models demonstrate are going to be more explosive and cardio-enhanced exercises while using a weighted plate. What Marianne's going to do is she's going to do halos, okay? And when we say halos, it's almost imagined just like an angel, how it has a halo around the head. So her position here is her feet is shoulder width apart, core tight, and when she's holding the plate, she's holding it at 3 and 9 o'clock, making sure to always keep her chin up, bringing the plate entirely around her head. Now at the studio, when we do boot camp, we like to call it Vogue because it's almost like doing the Vogue, okay? Now with Chris, what he's gonna do is he's gonna demonstrate a rotational halo. Now with a rotational halo, this is definitely more explosive, a lot more difficult. Okay, so what he's gonna do, he's using a 45-pound plate. He's gonna put the weight parallel to his hip, weight parallel to the floor and to the ceiling, keeping his elbows slightly soft. Now, this, again, is a very advanced exercise where you need to have a strong core. So he's gonna use a little bit of momentum. So he's gonna swing it up, around, breathe, keeping the core tight. Notice, he keeps his heels planted on the ground and he's able to bring that plate entirely around his head, okay? Perfect, okay? Can I just see that one more time? Because you guys are so good at it. Here we go. So you have one version, which is Marianne's doing the halos, and then you have Chris doing the rotational halos, which is very explosive. Perfect, thank you. Thank you. Next, I'm gonna have Marianne demonstrate jack presses. What jack presses are, it's basically like a jumping jack and a shoulder press, okay? She is using a 25-pound plate, so it's keeping the core tight, making sure to exhale as she extends. Thank you. Now what Chris is gonna demonstrate are called gorillas, okay? And I'll explain it move by move. It's basically 3 moves all into one, okay? But I'm gonna have him do it slow motion first. What we're doing, he's holding the plate at 3 and 9 o'clock on the plate, feet shoulder width apart, elbows in, okay? So what he's gonna do is gonna start off almost like a bicep curl from a shoulder press, and then behind the head, and then a tricep extension, okay? So then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have him speed it up just a little bit, core tight, always keeping his heels planted on the ground while keeping his knees soft, never locking his knees. Perfect, thank you, Chris. Now if I could just have you do it again one more time, because I'd love for the audience to see how dynamic you guys are. Here we go, we got our jack presses, and we got our gorillas. Remember, always keeping the core tight, exhaling as you extend. Perfect. Thank you, guys.
Great, thank you. What do you want?
Next, I have Maria and Jay. Okay? What Maria is going to demonstrate, she's going to do a standing chest press using a 25-pound plate. Her feet is shoulder width apart, keeping the elbows in, holding the plate at 3 and 9 o'clock. She's going to keep her chin up, and she's going to extend forward, and then bringing it in, keeping the core tight, exhaling it standing, and what she's engaging is going to be her chest, her triceps, and her shoulders. Thank you, Maria. Okay. Next up, I have Jay. And what Jay's going to demonstrate, he's going to do shrugs. He's going to keep his feet shoulder width apart, chest up, chin up. Okay? He's going to allow his arms to hang completely, and he's going to raise his shoulders up towards his ears and then relaxing. Okay? You don't want to cheat with this move and bend your elbows. Allow your arms to completely hang, and what we're doing is we're working these bad boys right here, the traps. All right? Can I go ahead and see that again real quick, guys? Just so our viewers at home can see. Perfect. Good. Keep that core tight. Nice. All right. Next, Jay, thank you. Jay is going to demonstrate bent over back rows. Okay? He's going to start with his feet shoulder width apart. He's going to put the weight on his heels, arch his back, chest up, and allow the weight to hang past his knee. He's going to pull it back, keeping the elbows close, really focusing on squeezing between his shoulder blades, allowing it to hang so he feels a stretch in his lats, and then pulling it back. And I'd love for Jay to go ahead and do a side view so our viewers at home can see. Again, keeping his feet shoulder width apart, core tight, arching his back, keeping his chin up, really focusing on squeezing his shoulder blades. Perfect. Okay, thank you. So now what I'd like is let's go ahead and bring out the mats for both Maria and Jay. I'll take this. Okay. And Denet, if I can have you grab me a 10-pound plate, please. There you go. Jay, this is yours.
Just one of them?
One is for Maria, correct.
All right. Let's keep this in line here. So.
All right.
There we go.
So what Maria's going to demonstrate before we go on to abs is she's going to demonstrate bridges, okay? Now this is going to be focusing on the hamstrings and the glutes. She's going to start with her feet shoulder width apart, heels planted on the ground. By placing a plate is just adding additional resistance, okay? Now what she's going to do is she's going to drive her hip up towards the ceiling, really focusing on squeezing her glutes, lowering herself down, inhale, press it up, squeeze, exhale, inhale, exhale. Now what you want to do is you don't want to allow your butt or your back to touch the ground. It takes a lot of isolation, a lot of focus to try not to allow your butt to rest on the ground because that's too much rest. You want to challenge yourself. Perfect. Thank you, Maria. Next, what Maria is going to do is she's going to do a single-legged glute bridge. So she's now going to use one leg. This is a little bit more advanced. She's going to keep the plate on, extend the other leg. She's going to drive the hip up, really focusing on squeezing that glute, and then bringing it down, up, and then down. Because who doesn't appreciate a round booty? All right. Next, what Jay's going to do is he's going to do a Russian twist, okay? So he's going to be using a 25-pound plate, keeping his knees bent and keeping his heels together. Now, as he rotates to his right, he's going to allow the plate to touch the ground, but he wants to twist his entire torso, okay? So he's going to keep twisting, try to keep the heels and the knees together. Perfect. And if a little bit more advanced move, what he can do is he can raise his leg up and then twist, but don't forget to breathe. Perfect. Now what Maria's going to demonstrate is Maria's going to demonstrate a V-up. So her legs are going to be fully extended when holding the 10-pound plate right behind her. She's going to come up, Bring the plate towards your toes and back down, remembering to exhale as she extends. Perfect. Exhale, extend. Okay? Perfect. So that, Denet, are a couple of the exercises that I wanted to demonstrate so that we're demonstrating different exercises for legs, upper body, core.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So one that I like that we didn't get to, if someone could grab me a 45-pound plate,
Yeah,
go ahead and
let's do
set
it.
that on my back for a minute here so I can get a...
Yeah, let's go grab that 45.
Put the 25 on there too.
25 and a 45?
Sure.
Wow, okay. Can you set that on
It's going to be hard to high-five people
All right, no,
now.
that's okay. Well, if you wanted a 45 and 25, you could have just had us sit on your back.
That was true.
All right.
And I do want to remind our viewers to be careful when they're using weights not to hit themselves too hard.
Perfect. That's very
Okay, I
impressive.
want to high-five everyone now. So
No!
can you take those off?
Oh, so are you done? Oops, I'm sorry.
I'd love to keep going, but the show's running out of time. It's been a lot of fun having you on
Thank
there.
you. You guys.
Thanks, everyone.
High five. Thank you for having us on.
Thank you, GoTeamMo, and thanks to all our wonderful volunteers that help produce this show. Go out there, get motivated, push them, keep working out hard.
Thank you.
I like to see them sweating and working and keeping up that motivation,
Got it.
even when they're pregnant. That's so awesome.
Thank you again for having us on.
Man, it's always good to have you around.
Absolutely. Thank you very
Good to
much.
see the energy. You guys are always just so pumped up and into it.
Thank you. Thank you.
But I would have liked to held that plank a little longer, to be honest.
We know you can do it. We know you can do it. All right. Thank you, everybody.